I think the biggest obstacle is that the traditional ways in which the insurance industry as a whole has dealt with risk management would not apply here. So for example, actuarial models would be of a limited help. Even if you had all the data, it wouldn't be necessarily indicative of the trends. It wouldn't be something that the insurance industry could solve alone without the governments actually pitching in all kinds of ways. So I think one needs to think to change the mindset to actually be able to confront these threats. So one example is, of course, how cyber terrorism insurance has emerged. Another one is how the nuclear power plants and pools have actually become part of the solution, with governments assuming the tail end of the risk. So that's one way of government partnership and so on. Other ways have been that the governments has facilitated information exchange on overcoming antitrust problems as one way of solving the problem. So I think the governments can both take the tail end of the risk, and also engage in information exchange and facilitating collaboration within the industry that otherwise might be proved difficult. Well, I think that there is an opportunity there for people, first of all, to understand what are the risks that are the most alarming, whether they're rooted not just in who attacks whom and with what capability, whether it's for terrorism or criminality or ideology and so on, but also what are the commercial incentives that are actually greatly expanding the attack surface. Once we collectively analyze those choke points, those things that could actually be the potential for a serious aggregation risk, then the question becomes, how can we collectively influence the trends that would change the market incentives for players to actually do things that would minimize the attack surface, incentivize the players, the insured in this case, or to be insured, to actually take some precautionary measures, for governments to then assume their share of the risk, to make the others assume the remainder of it, and so on, but also to lobby governments on some of the desirable behavior in this space.